Hi guys, so I'm back with another video today. I recorded my entry for today's session and I'm just going to talk you through on what I've seen, and then I'll show you where I'd exited out of my trades, my TP1s, my TP2s and my close of the trade, so you can see that this is today's date. Just to confirm again, it's the 13th of June. So jumping straight into the video. It's not a relatively long video, but I'll just talk about what I was looking at. So there was a 15-minute fair value gap prior to New York session, which I was looking at. New York open was way up there, so I thought we might possibly get some sort of retracement, but obviously I was just looking at the market and I was marking out the lows that we had on the 15-minute time frame. So I was just watching the market take out lows. I was bearish on GBPJPY. Now at this move, I didn't think that they would try and take the market up and touch that 15-minute fair value gap. What I was thinking was prior to 7 o'clock, they had taken these highs and now they were going to go straight down and sell for the rest of the morning session for New York. So we had the 5-minute fair value gap there, and you can see that the 1 hour fair value gap has been filled previously. So on the left there is a 1 hour fair value gap which they have nicely filled, and because it's filled the way it has, I'm thinking, well, that fair value gap, there's going to be some sort of bounce to here and then we're going to continue to fall. So what you see is that the market comes up, you will see me getting an entry just there. So I'll just rewind that. You can see I've put the market sell because we've tagged into the fair value gap. Excuse me. So I've got the stop loss above the high, and as the market continues to go up, because I was confident within this trade, I'd marked out that that was the line that I expected not to break. But as we move closer to that line, you'll see that I enter again. There you go, I've entered again because we've went deep into this fair value gap, because I'm confident that we're going to continue to fall. So I stopped the recording around about here, and also that's just me marking out what I'm thinking. So TP is just above this 1 hour fair value gap down here. There's a 1 hour low on the left here, there's another 1 hour low here, and then there's a one final low here, 1 hour low prior to the 1 hour fair value gap. So I was just marking out that that would be TP1, and that would be TP2, and then I would close my trade there. I wouldn't look to go for that 1 hour. I would happily take that one because I would think that they would go straight for the 1 hour fair value gap. So if I jump into the actual chart, I didn't actually move this, so I'll do that right now. So we had that there. So 8:30 was just here on this candle. You can see that there is the move that I sold once, sold twice. Now we didn't get up to the bottom of this candle, but that was a fairly nice retracement. Stop loss was above there, and as the market broke down, I'd marked this off on my phone. So this 5-minute fair value gap I'd marked on my phone. So the reason why I'd entered was we got this energetic move, break of structure here, fair value gap. That's the reason why I entered there, and I also entered in there. Again, we got energetic move, break of structure here, fair value gap. You could have entered here if that was an option, but I was just looking because I'd entered up here. I didn't want to enter any more sales. I was just going to manage these positions, so that could have been a possible entry. So the market was in my favour today, and just around about here I decided to take half off, and the reason why I took half off was we broke the structure and I just wanted to see the market push down. So once it tagged that and this had closed, I took half off, and then I watched the market as we move forward. There's a TP1 and TP2 that I showed, and as you can see, TP1, because I wasn't expecting to take profits here, but because I was looking at it, I decided that I might just take some profits off and then let the rest run. So what I did was I took some profits here. I missed TP1 because I didn't think that, since I took it here, I'm going to just go for TP2. You can see that there is one entry exit there, and you can see that I collapsed my trade where right there, just at this fair value gap that we have here, this 1 hour fair value gap. I'll see if I can actually show you rather than just mentioning it. There is there. So 1 hour fair value gap. The one thing that I've got is that all my boxes I try and write on them, in terms of I try and write what I see, so that if I ever draw one, I know exactly what it is, but I also write it just so that I can see. So I know that this brown colour is my 1 hour fair value gap, and it's the lower side, meaning it's a fair value gap underneath the price. I'll just show you. If it's above the price, I know it's going to be purple. So I just have different colours that I generally look at, and then markings in terms of what I see, what time frame the fair value gap is on. So you can see that the run have entered within the time frame, and I got taken out on 10:20. So it was I'll just quickly calculate that. It was 2 hours and 45 minutes this trade. You can see, so I entered here and took first profits here, which is around about 20 pips. Second profit, I closed here, which is about 103 pips, and then the trade collapsed at around about 133 pips. So nice trade today. I was confident with this trade, happy with the trade as well. I don't need this, so I'm just going to delete this because I'm making the video. I don't need this 1 hour low, don't need this, don't need this. And what I want to do is just to tidy up my chart so that I don't see this tomorrow. I'm going to close this off up here because that has been filled, and therefore that is no longer a fair value gap. You can see that on this underneath, if I show you here, there's a 15-minute low, which is a double bottom on the left hand side. There is 2 1 hour fair value gaps, and within the 2 1 hour fair value gaps, there's also a daily fair value gap that I talked about. And I'll show you again when I zoom out and I show the chart without the markings. These are the 2 fair value gaps on the daily time frame that I talked about in my previous video that I expect it to come down there. It's below 50%, it's at a discount, so I'm thinking if they're going to try and push this down, possibly here and here, then we might see some sort of retracement up to fill out any fair value gaps on the top side. So if I take off my markings, we jump into the daily time frame. What we have is, there is the fair value gap that you've seen, the first one, and the second fair value gap is right there. So those are the 2 fair value gaps that I'm currently going to be looking at tomorrow, because I think we're still going to try and reach for these, possibly. But then another thing that we have is that we have a fair value gap that has been created now on the daily time frame, but again, I can't call this a fair value gap yet because we haven't had any break of structure. But you know, if this continues to fall and we break this, then possibility they could try and come for this. But right now I haven't marked it out, and the reason why I haven't marked it out is because we haven't had any break of structure. So what I'm looking at is this and this. So that was my trade. Hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe, comment and like, and if I have a trade tomorrow, or if I see a nice setup, what I'll do is I'll try and record it. I'll walk you through it again, and hopefully we'll have a video for you tomorrow.